and today we are going to be talking about Cameron Diaz, and we're going to be talking about how this here influences the whole experience that she's having in life. What is this? It's about creativity being on or off. And when it's off, it feels like melancholy, and melancholy doesn't feel comfortable. And people try to force the feeling away by trying to do something. But the thing is, though, is that this on off pulse, it's unpredictable, it's spontaneous, it turns on and off at its own whim, it's mechanical. So if you're melancholic, there's no reason for you to reason it away. So we're going to be keeping this on off pulse idea, creative being on, creative being off idea throughout this whole experience. So let's just drop some basic terms. She is a fighter who has vitality. She's a person who has this focus and is able to just have this in action so she can just stop and concentrate. She is such a determined person. And sometimes that determination, that concentration is just off. And sometimes she might beat herself up for it when it happens. I should be able to focus and concentrate. So just know that there's nothing you need to do about that. Just let it come back when it does. Now, what else can we say about Cameron? She is a person who has the details. Details about what? About what she responds to in life. And she knows very well that she is a powerful archetype, powerful being. And she also knows that she's going to follow her convictions no matter what, because it's what's going to keep her safe, it's what's going to keep her healthy. And when she is being this powerful being, this archetype, exploring her own convictions, perfecting her form, that's when she will be inspirational and empowering to the collective. She can't force herself onto the collective. They have to accept her over time. This is a design of talent, and really what this is all about is her needing to repeat the thing over and over and over again. She is a person who has talent. And really, she is a busy person. She has the channel of charisma, where thoughts must become deeds, so her brain must be filled with tons of stuff floating around. And she feels like she has to do all of it. You might see her as a busy person. Did I forget to mention that moving is probably a very important thing to Cameron? And especially for the fact that she has this channel here. She's really going to want to keep busy, but that's just her brain telling her that she's going to want to keep busy. Because just because her brain tells her to do it, it doesn't mean that she should. She really needs to take her time, because she's a manifesting generator, which means that she can move too fast for her own good, especially with this. She'll find herself frustrated or angry, having to go back and pick up the steps, do the things that she missed. Now, she really is absorbed in her own process. She has her commitment to her own higher principles and her own awakening. Following her own convictions again. I bet nobody's going to tell her what to do. But what's unique about Cameron is that, again, she has this capability of being in the now. Once again, you can't force that. The now is right now, it's not in the next moment. And what does that mean, though? It means that, like, maybe she's on one side of the room and there's somebody talking on the other side of the room, and she really isn't supposed to hear the conversations because it's a loud crowd, but somehow she hears those people across the room talking, and, you know, she interjects because of her nowness. She heard the conversation and it was for her. Maybe it was how she got the gig, her first gig. I'm not sure. She just was in the now. When she is in the now, not trying to force her inspiration, not trying to force her knowing, that's really when people will get on her brainwave, get on her wavelength. This here actually is very important to her. I've actually never followed Cameron Diaz more than just in the movies that she's acted in. I don't know if she's done any of this stuff outside of her acting, but the community is really important. Finishing those contracts, making sure the one is looked after. This is where hospitals, fire departments, police force comes from. But it's about the tribe, making sure that the tribe is okay. And, you know, with all of her talent, all of her skills, and the capability to be able to concentrate and focus. This is how she's going to be able to give back to the community, to her tribe. So I wonder how that might show up in her life. So it would be improper for Cameron Diaz to be spontaneous because she needs to be patient. There's a multitude of reasons why this split definition and that lack of it. But yeah, she should never, well, she actually might find herself endlessly scrolling like the rest of us down that rabbit hole of content creation, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, trying to be inspired. Or I bet if Cameron Diaz doesn't know, I bet she'll find the answer. Or just fuck yous all. She might be the person who answers everything, or just fuck yous all. All right. So I'm going to go into more of some of the hippy dippy stuff. I thank you for listening up until this point. My name is Katie Lynn. You can find me live over on my Twitch channel. Don't forget to follow or subscribe. Let's talk about right here the type of people that she needs. Sorry, let me take 4 steps back. The type of environment that she needs to be in order to succeed is that in which she can be creative, allow herself to investigate and look into things that really get a solid ground beneath her feet. So she needs an environment where she can get that solid ground beneath her feet. People have to allow that for her. Sorry, the environment has to allow that for her. Or vice versa, she has to allow that for the environment. Allow that, oh, I'm just new to this. I need to feel secure before I talk about it. And then the type of people that she needs in her environment are, once again, I suck at explaining this part. The type of people are um, those you're just here to have a message or to have a message given to you. So that's the type of environment. So that's the type of people you need. Ones that are seen, ones that are martyrs. Martyrs? Oh, heretic? I'm saying the wrong words. You are the person who is seen, or wow, this reading went really downhill in a few seconds. But anyhow, the point of this is that I don't know how to talk about this. And it's more like she has something to say and people have something to say to her. And that's the type of people that she needs to be around in order to be successful. Note to self, maybe I should like practice that offline. um there's a lot of different things that we could talk about. We could talk about how she's a completely different person when she sleeps, and she probably feels that way too. This is what she thinks she's doing, so she probably thinks that she's this person who's so centering, but she gives off a different completely vibe because this is what people really see her doing. She's this person who's got this talent, who's got this depth, who's got this skill, who's really supposed to be here doing their own thing, being the fighter with vitality, here to provoke through her busyness. Yeah, so we could just talk forever. We could talk about many other things like a year in advance. We could talk about a certain age around 29 called the Saturn return. Anyhow, I'm just talking all crazy now. You guys have a great day and thank you for listening.